Guys, 29th of August 2022, and man oh man, are we having a magnificent day. A little bit of dust stuff come up in the sky over there this morning. That was a pretty colorful sky early when the dog and I were out walking, but fairly clear. And we had a real nice live yesterday, and a lot of folks joined in. Kind of nice that, you know, it's small and I can follow all the comments and yak back and forth with you guys. I got a few more of you guys ranching, the guys that thought it would, you know, that would want to do that. So I put you on there with a wrench, and we'll get you fixed up. Yesterday I put these, I put the blinkers on, decided to put them down here so that, you know, I don't have to, you know, if I take this off, I'd have to have a connector here, and I didn't want wires going up here where they're going to get messed up. This wire, I'll probably take this one from the inside, run it down under. I got some cable armor, and I'll run it over to there and then over to the bike. These blinkers I'm going to tie in right to here. I'll tie into that one, and then of course I got running lights coming. Now this diamond plate, man, I'm telling you guys, this stuff in the diamond plate, drilling it, I had to get a little 16th inch bit to start a hole and spray it with oil, because it would just burn the bits. Hard as a rock, this stuff. I didn't want to get a torch out and heat it to soften it, because I didn't want to turn it blue. Of course I could have polished it out if it did, but I just drilled it, and then I got my step drill, but I was spraying WD-40 on it while I was working to keep from ruining my step drill. I try to keep my tools in real good shape, and got her drilled. I went ahead and I always leave a little bit. If you leave a little bit when you punch through, and it leaves a little bit of that like a crater, when you're tightening up your nut, that'll lock that thing in. Now I did put some Loctite on there, but I got a nice little wrench. It was a size 11 here, and then I got a socket here, and I cranked that down really good into the metal that pushed through, so I don't think they're going to go anywhere. So that'll, as soon as I get the rest of the stuff, it's what's happening now, it's trickling in, and we'll see how that goes. I was talking to Paulie, he got on my Telegram channel, and so that was kind of cool. He's always in on the vlogs, our resident chef. So I did see, I was looking at that Sportsman's Grill that he has on his channel, and you know, I liked it, but now they changed it. They took something that was really good. They should have been making that dang thing for 100 years, guys, and just kept making it. But no, they had to dick around and change it. So now they got one that you couldn't give it to me. I mean, even if it was cheap, I don't want it. I need something that's got a door on the front that I can shove wood in. Well, I was on Lazada, and they have a big round one, cast iron, and it has a big door on the front. And the cool thing is the door comes down flat, and then stops, so you can lay your wood on it and push it in as you burn it, you know, to be efficient with your wood. So I'm pretty stoked on that, and it's like 65 bucks. I want to get that. There's a lot of things we want to get for the place down there that are different than here. I'll bring some of these pots and pans here, but basically I'd like to have a big one of those. They're not really cast iron, but they're steel woks. You got to treat them just like a cast iron. I want to get one of them. The kids got us a cool little sticker on there, guys. It's kind of glary, but I'll have to put the pictures. Paulie sent me his trike, his picture of his trike, and I'll put some pictures in there. It's a blue one, navy blue like, and pretty cool looking machine. His trike is definitely set up for a lot of rainy weather. It was like when I was in Davao, the way the tricycles were built there. They were built with a big windshield all across the front, and you know, to keep people dry is what they were for. And then they had a lot of those little, they're like a jeepney, but instead of having an engine in the front, the driver sits on a motorcycle, and this thing's connected around him, and he zips along that way. And those are pretty cool. Those things, even though they're heavy, they got regular like car tires on them, and they load them up with people. They still move right along. They cruise right along, and I've even saw one that had It had a Suzuki, I think it was Yamaha. It was a Yamaha 110 motor on it. And he was buzzing along. I rode in him while I was down there. There's not a whole lot of room for me, but I just wanted to say I rode in it. And it was pretty cool. They buzzed along really good. A lot of people think these little bikes can't handle it. Well, if you gear them right, they'll handle anything. I mean, holy cow, you look back. Come on, baby. You look back years and years ago. These motorcycles. Guy went across the country. I just saw this on somebody sent it to me from YouTube. He went across the country on a motorcycle back around the turn of the century. I think it was 1902, on a 1.5 horsepower machine, basically a glorified bicycle, and he cruised along with all his stuff and everything. Went completely across the country from one side to the other. So that was kind of cool. He kind of Forrest Gumped it on a bike. But I see a lot of people, instead of coming here, they're going to be going, like James, buddy, probably going to go visit Vietnam. It's a shame here that they're still pushing this stuff here and shooting themselves in the foot. We talked about that. Look at this. They're really going. I hate how they stack this, guys. I really do. I got to watch the kids so this don't fall over. Look how that's pushing on it too. But it's a shame. I just wish they would change it. They're revamping their visa requirements because it's like 80 years old. I saw that on Jennifer Terry. Not a whole lot's changing though here. Here's change is very slow here. Unless they want to put gondolas up. I mean, come on, give me a break. Ski lift. I guess they want to show the world they're rich. I don't know, but I hope things will change for the better here. And another thing, I wish they would just drop this stupid mask thing everywhere. That's a medical appliance. What doctor are these people in the malls? These security guards, are they all doctors? Saying I got to wear a stupid medical appliance on my face just because they say so. I'm actually getting a little fed up with it, guys. I'm getting fed up with this whole baloney. It doesn't do anything other than make you sick from fungus. Trust me. Any of you guys who live here, morning, and you throw a dish rag on the counter and you leave it sit. You don't wring it out and make sure it dries. Put it out in the sun, let it dry real quick, and just leave it on the counter bunched up. You'll smell that thing in a couple hours. You'll smell it. It's wafting through the air because it's already growing fungus. Now they want you to put a face diaper on and leave it there all day. And then the thing that pisses me off is they're doing it to the kids. They're making them wear this stupid thing all day and they're breathing this funk. Nobody's doing any studies on that. Not a damn person here is doing a stinking study on that. And there's studies out there, but no, they don't look at that here because who has the mask concession? Who's making money on that? It just seems to me that it's where are all the body bags? There's a funeral home right across here. I'm not seeing all these body bags. What, are they just taking them straight out of the house and putting them in a ditch next to the house? I don't know. It's not happening, guys. It's not happening here anyway. So, and now you see a lot of people look over in England from the injuries from this thing they coerced people into getting. They're having to pay out money for injuries and stuff. And now all of a sudden, these little tiny kids are having heart problems. And they're blaming everything else but these things that they coerced people into getting. I don't get it, guys. I honestly, I don't get it. Other than what the conspiracy theorists say it is. What they call them anyway. They'll be the fact checkers of the future, I think. But I still get stuff I put on Facebook that they put a screen over, or they block it or something like that. Not as bad as they used to, but it just seems to me information is something that should get out. So if somebody's a kook, let me read it. Let me decide if they're a kook. Don't decide for me what I get to read or what I get to look at. Let me look at it. I got on Telegram. I see stuff all the time. I got a bunch of channels. And after a while, some of the channels where it's all propaganda, I just get rid of it, because I look at it and say, no, this is, this is all hopium, like with these Q things. Sorry guys, I know there's a lot of people really get into that. I don't buy all this Q stuff. It's a hopium channel. It's just a drug. It's a drug for the masses. It's crap that they're feeding you. And guys, I don't buy it. So I don't put any of that stuff anymore on my channel, on my Telegram channel. Paulie just got on there today. Scroll back on that. You can read quite a bit of stuff. I think they keep 100, but I actually scrolled back and it was more than 100. Mine it'll keep for me 300, but I signed in on his Al Gore Beaks, and I went and looked, and it went way more than 100. I got counted up to about 120. So it keeps quite a bit on there. But just remember, if you have this Telegram on your phone, make sure you have it in your memory card, because it loads your phone up. It keeps everything. There's a little section on there where you can push a button and it'll show you every picture on there, and it's thousands of them. Every picture that went through your channel is on there, and it fills your memory. It fills your memory up like crazy. So I have a 1 terabyte card I have in my phone, and I switched the Telegram over to that, and all my problems were solved with the phone being overloaded. So it does use a lot of data, that thing. So make sure you do that if you're on a phone. I don't know if it's on a computer, if it's okay. I did put the Telegram on my computer, and it's not having any problems functioning or anything. The computer I got from Wes, that dang thing works really good. When the kids have their schooling, they have 3 days of face-to-face, they call it. Well, it's not face-to-face, it's mask-to-mask. And then they have 2 days of the in-service. If they have to go on the computer, we'll let them use that. But I don't allow the kids to touch any of that stuff. These cameras that I have, the phone, the computer, don't touch, and they know that. They know that they're not to touch it, when they start to use it. Wes gave me a really good covering for it. It's kind of wonky. I don't like to use it, but he gave me a cleaner set for it, for the keys. And I do make them, if they're going to get on there and use it, I make them wash their hands, no greasy stuff, no eating by it. The table's clear, because it's got to last for me. I can't afford to keep buying stuff like this. And these kids, they do break stuff. Little one-man wrecking crews. They just, they're rambunctious, that's for sure. And Moo especially, it always takes him 3 or 4 times to tell him don't do something before he gets it. But I think he's more like me than the rest of them. But got on there. I do see that the Doc, hey Doc, that he'll be coming for a visit probably early next year. We'll be looking forward to seeing you, Doc. He was a bodyguard for John Lennon. I don't think he was on duty in '82, I believe it was, but that was a shame what happened to that guy. I watched his songs and stuff, and I think that fella was sort of leaning commie, with his Imagine and all that stuff. It's a Communist Manifesto song, but you still, it's just rotten when anybody just gets blasted like that. I don't dig it. I thought that wasn't cool at all. And then I knew people when Reagan got shot that were cheering. I don't cheer when anyone gets shot, guys. I don't care who they are, But now some of these people that are in this in politics, though, it's a different story. They should be against the wall, actually, some of them. It's just the crap that's going on in the U.S. right now, and with these globalists and all that. Most of these people there, you look at Pelosi and Schumer and these, the usual suspects. These guys are just arch criminals. They just are. And they're being run by somebody that's got nothing to do with us, Schwabe and all this WEF and these different entities and WHO and all that. We didn't elect these people. We didn't elect any of these pricks. So, and they want to run the show, just because they got money. Look at Alfred E. Newman, with his Microsoft injections. That guy, he's a freak. He doesn't. He's a nobody. All he is a billionaire. And where'd he get that money anyway? That was old money, and he was installed there. And as long as he toes the line, he gets to keep the dough. Then you see these stupid, like Zuckerberg, getting on there saying, "Oh, he's poor now." Yeah, he's poor, all right. They got the crap going on with the FBI, where he said, "Yeah, we were definitely in on it to rig the election and all this," and they're letting it all go. There should be heads rolling in the FBI right now. I mean, a lot of them. There should be a bunch of these people going to jail. Now, it's always the ones at the top that are the bad ones. The regular working guy who's out there beating the street, doing his job. They come in there with a good attitude. It just seems the longer they're in, they can't resist the money. The money and the power. And you look at some of these people. You look at Soros, and you look at Pelosi, and all these people, Biden, all these people have been in there forever. When are they going to say, "Hey, you know what, I've had enough. I'm going to go retire and play with the grandkids or the great-grandkids and just be done with it. I did my bit. I'm out." They won't do that, though, because they got to have the power. These guys just gotta keep on rolling with this crap. And it's be honest with you guys, to me, most folks want to retire as early as possible. They want to get out. They're watching their money, and they want to just get out of working. But not these guys. They want to just keep more and more. And then look at this Hunter Biden stuff. That stuff's under the table. They're that laptop. Yeah, they ain't gonna. Bits and pieces get out. The hopium crowd reads it and says, "Oh boy, we're going to get him now." No, you ain't. You ain't getting any of these guys. Look at history. They rarely get them. French Revolution was one. But, excuse me, that was one where they got them. But, does the folks in America have enough gumption, to take this on, to take on that mantle? They did a couple hundred years ago. Them colonists said, we ain't taking it. And it was just a small 1% that started it. And then people joined up when they started seeing it. And then they won. They won. It's a hard-fought battle, but they did it. But how many people would do that now? I see guys going in the military, but what do you think? They get these military guys in there that are gung-ho, and they're going to go fight a war. So they keep them fighting far away from home. So they don't come and get them guys. And the wars, I just can't believe all these stupid wars that they just keep fighting. Now we got the wars and rumors of wars going on. I look at the Telegram, and constantly, there's another place where the people are raising up and bombing stuff, and countries all over the world. So here's our wars and rumors of wars, guys. We've got this, they're manipulating the weather. I do believe that. You can call me a tinfoil hat wearing crackpot, but guys, they're manipulating the weather. They're manipulating the food supply and famines. It's all in the Bible. I think what they're doing, these people they're reading the Bible. They believe in Satan because they hail him. And they're playing it by the numbers. They're probably reading the book, and they're reading the Bible, and they're doing it by the numbers, because it's what's happening, guys. So just don't forget, pray for each other, love each other. I mean, that's what you do. The good Lord died for us. He's our narrow path we have to follow. And Jesus died. He was crucified, raised from the dead after 3 days, and he sits with the Father now. So, that's the narrow path they're talking about. That's what I believe anyway. And a lot of people don't. And I get people all the time say, "Yeah, I read the Bible, I believe in it, but this over here is no good, or that's no good." Well, you know something? You either believe it all or you don't believe any of it. That's just how it goes. Now, do I think that they changed a few things? I remember years ago in Bible study where I think it was Edward of England, when he was making King James version. He changed "thou shalt not murder" to "thou shalt not kill." That was a big change in the wording, because I guess he didn't want to get killed or murdered. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that was one that was changed. And you have to really start getting into the Bible and look into the translations and who translates it and why. It's just like scientists when they come out with their pontifications on different things. a lot of this stuff is theories. You know, it's like the theory of evolution. It's a theory, guys. It's one of their guesses. I don't believe this world we're living on is billions and billions of years old. I don't believe in any of this Big Bang. I don't think most of them do, but there's money in it. There's a lot of money in that for these people. They get their grants and they get their stuff to keep looking into it. And then they find dinosaur eggs and they'll date them to all this millions of years ago. It's a big pile of crap. You know, I just saw a big video on a guy about the flood, when the flood happened, and he was looking at the rock formations here in the U.S., and he was showing you what happened. You know, this was a guy who was really getting into it, and he actually stated in the beginning he wasn't looking at it from a biblical perspective. But then that was brought up to him, and he said, yeah, man, look at this. So, you know, look into your Bible, keep your nose in there, guys, and you can know what's going to happen. It's like a fortune teller, you might say. It's going to tell you what's happening. And I think, you know, a lot of the seals are being cracked as we go. So don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.